Hi all, welcome to Dragon's Cave. I've got another new mould. Yes, another one. This is a stand, basically. It kind of goes like that. Slides down. And then this sits on the top. Oops, something in there. Right. Now, as you can tell, I'm not on my normal work mat because it's not big enough. So I'm going to... You can see the crystal effect in here. Now I'm going to use... I got this set from Temu, clear colour UV resin. They are very pale, but that's good because that's what I want. The crystals I'm going to do in this purple, so it kind of looks like amethyst, or that's the hope at least. So I'm going to sit down and just drip it into these spaces. Lovely. And I will fast forward you through this and play you some music. Otherwise it could end up being pretty boring for you. I'll just grab my little... There it is. Get that up to the edges of the shape. Trying to keep my hands out of your way. I need to do this as I go along because I am in front of a window. And I don't want it to start curing until it's actually in the spaces where I want it to be. And then also I can tell if I've got enough in each section. I want it to be quite translucent. Which is just as well because I wouldn't get a very dark colour from these UVs anyway. But I want it to be quite a thin layer. It's going to take a while to talk amongst yourselves.
In a quiet little corner tucked away from the light, there's a cave full of colors that glow through the night. Glitter and brushes, soft clay and lace, and the scent of sweet resin flows all through the space. In the dragon's cave where the magic flows, she dreams up the creatures the whole world knows. Frogs with crowns and fairy wings, sleepy ones on logs, each made with love and gentle hands, a world of wondrous frogs. There's eco-resin cooling by a tiny glass stream, and a mushroom-shaped frog made from lavender dreams, with shimmer and sparkle, with purpose and grace. She brings little lives to this quiet place. In the dragon's cave where no two are the same, she crafts from her heart and she signs every name. Frogs of joy and frogs of peace, and ones who leap and play, born of hands that never rest but always find a way. Clay dust swirls like fireflies, and mould shine under midnight skies. A dragon guards her glitter stash, and frogs hatch with a giggle and splash. In the dragon's cave by the candles glow, mother's kiss. She brings to life each froggy bliss. So sleep now, dear dreamer, tomorrow you'll see what new frog has leapt from imagination free. In the dragon's cave, the magic's alive, where frogs and dreams forever thrive.
Okay, I'm going to take a 5-minute break. I will be back to carry on. See you in a sec. Bye. Got to put my mic back on. Sorry though, I hadn't turned it off. Okay, let's crack on with this. I'll probably do the second one off camera. Some of these bits are very tiny, so spread that out first and see where we're going with it. When it has started curing already, because as I said, we are right by a window here. And I was literally out of the room for about 3 minutes. To go and look at my Timu delivery. If I remember, I might show it to you right at the end, but just another new gadget. Everybody needs gadgets. Well, I do anyway. The word need is debatable, but I like gadgets. Anything that'll make my life easier.
In the heart of a mountain wrapped in stone, she sits alone on her golden throne. Her fiery breath keeps the shadows at bay. The red dragon guards what none can take away. Her wings gleam red like the dying sun, a story whispered but never undone. Eyes like embers in the cave, soft hues
Right, I think this one is completed. So I'm going to do the second one off camera, and I will be back when we're ready to move on to the next stage. See you in a bit. These are cured now. I used my top half of my lit resin lamp to do this. There's a few little bubbles in there, but I'm really not bothered about that. So now I need to mix up some epoxy. And for that, I need some clads. Dragon magic. Right. So I've mixed up 2 separate pots, each holding 120 grams of Resin Pro I crystal, because I don't know how much these molds are going to take. I got from Temu. They say they're non-sink glitters. I think they're actually Aurora powders, but I'm going to go with the blue one. I think that'll look nice in the background. Of course, I'm going to have to break. I should have done that first. I didn't realise the sticker was across the join in the lid. And it's actually a miracle it's even got a label on it, because they normally don't. This is the blue shift. I'm going to obviously do one at a time. There's my little spoony thing, of which I have 1,000,001. Let's try that amount to begin with. See how we get on. I used my Resiners dual headstand mixer for this, and honestly, it's been an absolute lifesaver. With my miserable old woman arthritic hands. But even without that problem, I still think that, if you can get one, because they are absolutely brilliant. They do save a lot of energy and time. And of course, while the machine is doing the work, you can be doing something else. And then, of course, I went through the debubbler, but I've just added bubbles in now by mixing in the powder, although not a lot. I think that is opaque enough for what I want. I'll pop this over there on my tissue and see how far first pot goes. Now the temperature in my garage today, it's just hit 31 degrees. And because I also put this through the debubbler, it's been a little while now and it is starting to get warm. Encourage this out to the edges. And see how much more I need to put in there. I think, I was going to put some, I'll show you, some Mylar flake in here, because I was kind of going for an opalescent effect. But I really don't think I want to do that. I'm just going to drop more in. I don't think this is quite level, but also I need to move it, so I'm going to leave it at that until I've moved it over to the other board, and that's where I'll fill the others up as well. And I will be back when we're ready to demold. See you in a bit. These are ready to come out now. They've been in the mould for nearly 24 hours, I think, because they're quite thin. I didn't want them to come out too bendy. The moulds themselves are actually slightly misshapen, but hopefully it won't be too much of an issue. You can see through it, so you can kind of more or less see what it's going to look like, but let's get them out first. Didn't have quite enough to completely fill this piece, but I didn't think it was too much of a problem. Let's see. So first of all, let's turn it over. And I think that has come out really, really nicely. I'm not sure how well you can see the colour. I think pretty well. Now it goes together like so. Obviously, I'll need to get you photos from other angles, but excuse me, clear my throat. And then this sits on there. Lift it up. Let me lift it up. Yeah, it's falling apart. It'll need to be glued together, but so far, I think it's really, really pretty. Of course, we're not finished yet, because you can't really see the moon phase very well on them. So the plan there is I'm going to use this silver diamond dust UV glitter to fill in those parts. Here we go with the wobbly hands again, right? Oh, something in there. One little deflapping thing. Just a tiny little. There we go, got it. And a little pokey stick. I need this to be reasonably thin. I just want you to be able to actually see the moon phase in there. Imagine that one. Again, I'll fast forward you through this. I'll just drop some in the bigger sections, like so. And again, too much in there, but okay. I'm going to just pop a little into this to get into the smaller parts. Right, so that part's full. Now I'm just going to get my Resin UV light. Give that a couple of minutes. I'll do the other bits off camera and I will be back when we're done. See you in a bit. I forgot to show you my new toy. It's a tiny, tiny belt sander and polisher and grinder. You shouldn't all this and this. If I want to use the belt, obviously, you take this off. But I wanted to put it together to show you. So that's my new toy, which hopefully will help a lot when it comes to polishing out messes. Yeah, you should have either the belt or polishing wheel on, not both at the same time. Because this is a little cheapo from Temu. But I am kind of looking forward to trying it out. So I will show you when I use it. Bye.